Yo, what's up, guys? Schizominute here. So, Blue Exorcist, season 2, I guess, the Impure King arc is the next arc they're doing in the anime, which is premiering, I believe, this Friday. Yeah, it's this Friday. Essentially, instead of JoJo Friday, we have um, Blue Exorcist Fridays now. But for those who watched the anime and didn't read the manga, there's a few things you need to understand about this particular season in comparison to the first season. And this is pretty important because there are very few shows that have this problem. The first thing is this: there's only a part of the original anime that you need to take into account when going into this one. And that is going up to episode 16 and a little bit of 17. The third and final arc of Blue Exorcist anime is filler. That's all it is. And there are even certain aspects of the canon that were changed leading into this filler. Apparently, this is a well-known problem with this particular production company, is that they'll do an adaptation of a series and not do like a filler ending, and then go back later and do a later arc of it, and then kind of negate the previous season. So because this is starting with the Impure King arc, there's a few things that you need to know that are different between how the anime adapted the arc before that. Now, the arc before the Impure King arc is the training camp arc. And that is what was going on. That is canon, but the ending of the training camp arc is complete. I wouldn't say it's completely different, but there are aspects that are different. In the anime tried to touch on certain aspects of the canon without actually doing the canon. So after the training camp arc, the rest of the class find out that Ren is the son of Satan, and by proxy, so is Yukio, except Yukio, for whatever reason, doesn't have satanic powers, and only Ren does. The point is, the other X-Wires like Shamie and Ryuji and Konekamaru and Shima, they all find out that he's the son of Satan and that he rocks Satan's flames. In the anime, they are way more accepting of him than they are in the manga. In the manga, that takes a while. Like a good while. Like, it doesn't happen. I would say they're not even on completely good terms until by the end of this next arc coming. Now, if the Impure King arc starts from where I think it's going to officially start, that means that you're going to run into a personality shift that some of you may not be prepared for. That in the beginning of the anime, the X-Wires are probably not like Ren right now, or would be very distant of him. Kind of like what they did with the filler with Konekamaru going after the training camp arc, because part of that is still true. Like, Konekamaru, I believe, is the one who has the hardest time kind of adjusting to the fact that he technically was friends with the son of Satan, and because of the whole backstory with him and Ryuji and Shima, or Bon, was as most people probably know him as. So that's the first thing you need to be aware of, is that in the anime, if they do it right, they're negating the fact that they're cool, they're on cool terms now, because they never were. Like, it takes them a while. Like, I think the first character to open up to him is Kaneki, I think is her name, the girl with the purple hair who summons the two dog-looking spirits. I think she's the first one in the manga that even starts to try to learn to accept him. So that's the first thing you need to understand, is that is different. The other thing is that the anime made it more stereotypically shonen. Like, for example, the ending of the fight between him and Aimon at the end of the training camp arc was not ended by that shonen bullshit where Shamie walked up and hugged him to try to calm him down. That is filler. A lot of people don't know that, but it is. It's filler. The way that fight actually ended was Mephisto came over there and resheathed his sword, and he had to deal with the consequences of his actions. They do go back to the Vatican. It's not, Aimon does not attack the Vatican like he does in the anime either. As I said, that's the reason why I say 16 or 17 is kind of the end of the canon, because although there are canon sections in those episodes, there's a few things that got botched. So what you really need to take from this video in particular is take primarily anything from episodes 1 and a little bit of 16 and 17. Very little of 17, but maybe a little bit of 16 and a little bit of 17. Honestly, I would just say fuck 17, because 17 starts going in the filler with the Konekamaru bullshit, and there's not too much there that you need to know anyway that's even a part of the canon. So I would say fuck 17 in general. I said the main thing you need to concern yourself with is 16, and just know the end of the Mephisto is the one that ends up ending the fight between Ren and Aimon. And Shamey does not hug him in the manga, so if they don't make any reference to that, that's the reason why. Is there still Shamey and Ren shenanigans going on? Yes, but just for that particular fight, it's not relevant. So the main two things is that the XYs are probably still going to be very distrusting of Ren because of when this arc takes place, and the ending of the survival arc is slightly different, with Mephisto being the one that stops the fight, not fucking Shamey. That's the kind of the major thing about this sequel, is that it's taking place technically. Honestly, I would say the first episode of this would be unofficially episode 17. That's what I would like to say. Because although the training... Also, the other reason why episode 17 doesn't make sense is that most of the characters are in the hospital. Like, a lot of the characters got hurt during that arc, which I don't think they got hurt, I guess, in the anime. Or maybe it's been a while since I've seen the original anime. Either they didn't get hurt in the anime, or they got hurt, but it wasn't as bad as I guess I thought it was. But yeah, they're still in the hospital. Most of the characters are still in the hospital after this point, which actually brings up the question: is the season going to start with them getting out of the hospital? Like, I don't know how they're going to do it. They're going to have to flash back to the survival camp stuff. I just don't know if they're going to start it like that or what. I mean, the first episode honestly could get away with being a recap. At least half of it. Half of it probably should need to be a recap, because they have to explain the weird tonal shift that if someone wanted to prepare themselves for this particular season, you went back and watched the original anime and then watched this shit was probably going to come off insanely confusing, because the Impure King arc is primarily, I'm not going to spoil too much, but it's not really it's partially focused on Ren reconnecting with his XY friends. And that doesn't make sense in the canon of the original anime. So watch episodes 1 through 16. Hopefully the second season does a smart job of trying to integrate and explain that whole bullshit demon crap about Satan and their parents. Who, by the way, Ren and Yukio's parents have not even been introduced in the manga yet. Like, we have not met their mother. We don't even know what their mother looks like. They literally came up with a filler image of their mom, and that whole bullshit with Satan, that's all untrue. All of that is untrue. All that is untrue. So disregard any of that crap. Just know that most of the XYs are going to be very distrusting of Ren, and that's due to them finding out that he's Satan's son. Pretty much saying they didn't take it as well in the manga as the anime likes to make it seem like they took it. They took it way too well in the anime. In the manga, which is good, because it's a character development thing that needs to happen. You can't have them just be like, oh yeah, I'm totally cool with Satan, especially considering some of these people's lives were ruined by Satan. So, yeah. Look forward to that. So that's just a kind of an attention video for you guys to know. So before you watch the second season of Blue Exorcist that's airing this Friday, just know everything past episode 17 is a bunch of filler bullshit. It might make references to the canon, but none of it actually is relevant to the canon. And I would even argue episode 17 is not relevant to the canon. Only parts of 16 are. So yeah, if you want to go back and look at some material, either go read the manga or go fucking either go read the manga or watch the first 16, maybe 17, but primarily 16 episodes of the original series. Yeah, I think that's all I really needed to talk about. I just wanted to get this video out here, so for those who don't know any better, and anybody you know who wants to get into the second season, they need to understand this, so please send them this video. I'll probably be back with a review within the next week or so look for that. And I will be doing episode reviews of Blue Exorcist, so check back on Friday to see episode reviews of Blue Exorcist, because then I really will put things into context and explain things. And that's my goal for this season, is to kind of explain what's going on. These first few episodes will be confusing as fuck for those who watched the whole original anime and didn't read the manga. So that's what these reviews will do, at least for the first few episodes, while I kind of reacclimate myself to Blue Exorcist, and I reacclimate you guys to Blue Exorcist in the true canon of the series. But thank you guys for watching. This has been the Insane Schizomanic. Shit, this is what happens when you have 3 channels. Check out my other channels, Insane Game Freak and Trail Game Vlogs, in the description. Website, insanegamefreak.com. Patreon, Twitter, Facebook, they're all down there. Check them out. And I appreciate it if you do. Let's game, play to win, and I will catch you guys later. Peace. Oh.